Yo, I'm literally recording this before the holiday, so like Merry Christmas. I'll probably be back Thursday kind of stuff. I want to make one more video literally right in time for the holidays because I kind of want to just chill and vibe. Hopefully this is a little bit more of a longer Gen Z video because typically every once in a while after the whole drama stuff, I typically like to do a Gen Z video or something non-drama related. Also, before someone questions me why my gameplay looks something straight out of like the late 90s, it's because it's the original Final Fantasy 7. Someone on my comment section was like, "Oh, why are you playing Final Fantasy 7?" I'm like, you know what? Alright, I'll chill on the Rebirth gameplay. I'll just pull up the original. Maybe the old heads will enjoy this one. I don't know. So for the people that ask what kind of background gameplay I'm using for this video, it's the original Final Fantasy 7, the Steam edition that came out in like 2013, I believe. But there you go. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. I'm not doing too bad myself. And I'm back with another Gen Z video. Nothing too crazy. Last video I made was about dating, and I didn't feel like making another dating video. Even though this video has a little bit of dating aspects to it that we'll get into, it's not a full-on like Gen Z dating retrospective, I guess we'll call it. I saw this video pop up on my recommended feed from a YouTube channel called Suburban World that I think I've reacted to one of their videos before in the past. This one is titled "The Problem with Gen Z" and goes into various different aspects of what a lot of people in Gen Z face, like jobs, social interactions, dating again, and a bunch of other things that we'll get into in the video. We'll probably watch a few clips, not all of it, because it is a 20-minute video, and so I will leave the video in the description down below if you want to watch yourself in full. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is the holiday season. It's almost Christmas. It's the season of giving. If you would give me a like and a subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. And without further ado, probably for the second time, let's go.
I noticed that the people who do this the most tend to be millennials. Probably because before we became the worst generation, they were the ones who got all the hate. And I will admit, a lot of their experiences are similar to ours. But instead of being chill about it, a lot of millennials just come off as bitter.
This might just be me, but any of the millennials I've talked to in my life haven't been like bitter or like annoying, anything of the sorts. Luckily, so I'm definitely lucky. It's like I'm playing FF7 OG and I get all lucky 7s. But a lot of them, like he just said, are trying to be super relatable with us. Even though a lot of it is similar, it's still vastly different. It's completely different. Millennials had Modern Warfare 2. You know what I had? Sonic Colors on the Nintendo DSi, okay? It's practically the same shit. They had the Xbox 360 and the PS1s. We had the Xbox Ones and the PS4s.
I think that the relationship between millennials and Gen Z is interesting because they went through the same things we're going through only a few years before. But our experiences are still drastically different in some areas. Computers and the internet started taking over the world when they were teens and young adults, while we were born into the digital age. Social media changed the way they communicated with each other, and it changed the way we grew up entirely. I've noticed that while the average Gen Z mind is filled with TikTok brain rot and Vine references,
dude, nobody that I've ever talked to that is within my age remembers Vine. All they got is TikTok brain rot in their heads. Thomas Sanders, David Lopez, King Badge. Man, half of these people don't even know who they are, bro, and it pisses me off, man. I sound old anytime I'm like in a group chat with like a bunch of friends and I'm sitting here reminiscing on like the early days of Vine, and they're like, "Dude, what the fuck are you on about?" And I'm just like, yo, I'm not that old, bro. Like, listen, I'm damn near almost 20, but still, like, how you gonna tell me you don't know what Vine was or how generational Vine really was, man? Damn, I miss Vine sometimes.
Gen Z is finally reaching adulthood, and as more of us become adults, I think we are beginning to realize that something is different about us. We're coming in as the most educated generation, we're far less likely to commit crime, and we're also more racially and culturally diverse compared to previous generations. But there is this stigma of Gen Z being the generation of hypersensitive, moody, depressed adults. Millennials had oat milk lattes and avocado toast, and Gen Z has mental health days and antidepressants.
I feel like us as Gen Z, we wouldn't be as depressed as a lot of us are if like everything just didn't fucking suck. Jobs don't pay enough. Shit is just way more expensive than it like fucking used to be. We're essentially being exploited at every single opportunity. My caramel latte at Dunkin' Donuts went from like $4.70 to $5.25, bro. When did this happen? I remember I would walk into the Dunkin' and would quite literally have the exact amount as like a fucking old head for the latte. Now I gotta get another extra buck and probably 25 cents just to have it on the exact amount, bro. And it's not even like a large or anything. It's just a medium latte, bro. Iced, by the way.
I think we're beginning to see the effects of the first generation raised on social media and YouTube videos. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to sound like a parent saying the reason you're depressed is because of that phone. What I'm saying is, despite all of these different different ways to connect with others online, the world seems like it's becoming more individualistic. We're trading genuine community for online interaction, and I think Gen Z is the biggest casualty of this. We live in a weird time now where everyone feels like they don't owe anyone anything, not even kindness or respect. Everyone has walls up and they don't want to let people in. And that's why I think Gen Z is stuck in a loneliness epidemic. And the solution is a bit more complicated than I think people realize.
I feel like there's a lot of factors within the loneliness epidemic. Yeah, one is the dating scene. Two, it's the fact that a lot of people have trust issues these days. Three, a lot of people genuinely do prefer to be alone than trying to waste their energy on social interactions. Listen, I don't like social interactions. I've barely talked to like 2 to 4 people max sometimes. So best believe anytime I don't need to socialize, I'm taking the advantage of it. But if you're asking me at like 4 a.m. listening to What You Want by Logic off of the Undeniable mixtape where he's talking about probably like, it's about that time, girl, you know it, or whatever. Does it get lonely? Abso-fucking-lutely, dude. But at the end of the day, when I wake up the next morning and I go chill and vibe or like go hoop or whatever or start recording, I feel perfectly okay. If you haven't gone to a restaurant by yourself, I really do recommend doing it because the vibes are indeed immaculate, I promise you. A lot of people look at me weird for even doing it, especially a lot of people close to me, and I'm just like, dude, if you can't like go to a restaurant by yourself, how are you going to do it in a date? I feel like that might just be me personally. Like, listen, I like going to a restaurant by myself. It's just a vibe, honestly. Or like, I still need to go to a movie by myself. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do that because a lot of the times when I want to go watch like a pretty popular movie, I'll just take some family members and such. But I do really recommend going to a restaurant by yourself. The vibes will forever be immaculate. You can just chill and you only really gotta like figure out how to like socialize or like how to dress. Obviously you want to dress nice in general, right? But you don't gotta really figure that out too much, try to impress a girl you're trying to get at or whatever.
Even within Gen Z, if you're not someone who's interested in spending your weekends partying or drinking, it's hard to even hang out casually with others.
I feel like the earlier movies of like the mid 2000s definitely have some sort of impact to it because listen, if you ever watch those like mid 2010s, the mid 2000s movies of like, people go into like the high school parties, the football games, all the sports games or whatever, or them like after parties, after prom and shit. You don't even really gotta do all that, bro, honestly. And also, if your whole thing is like you can't have fun without like smoking, drinking, or partying, you're just fucking stupid, bro. I honestly don't know how to tell you that. That's just me, bro, honestly. Like, I don't really like partying and all of that shit. I like to just like chill at home and like vibe, man, honestly.
Even dating has a lot of Gen Z feeling really confused. I hear a lot about how Gen Z is very sex negative. And a lot of research shows that Gen Z on average is having a lot less sex compared to other generations. Obviously, the lack of genuine in-person connections makes it difficult to find a partner. But I also think a lot of Gen Z simply doesn't want to participate in hookup culture either. But social media makes it seem like everyone does these things, and that you should too. And if you aren't, you're weird or a Puritan because you simply don't enjoy hooking up with someone random. So it's not a surprise that a lot of Gen Z adults walk around full of guilt and insecurity from a lifetime of comparing themselves to others on social media.
I have probably said this in so many videos now regarding like Gen Z dating and like dating in general. I hate hookup culture, situationships, talking stages. Like, can't we just like get straight to the point? I think I said this in like one of my videos where like, oh, if I'm trying to like be with somebody, what if we just like get together and then like learn from there? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people don't want to do that because the internet has convinced us that we got to be popping bottles, fucking bitches left and right and shit, one night stands or whatever. People find that cool. I don't find it cool. I don't think it's cool to like be fucking bitches left and right and then just like leave them or whatever, because then it just ruins their perception on like dating and love and shit.
Oddly enough, I don't think Gen Z is avoiding sex or clutching their pearls like a southern grandma at the thought of sleeping with someone. We've had so much sex thrown at us through hookups and adult models desperate to get you to click on their link in bio that I think a lot of us just desire something real. It's damaging for all young people, but speaking as a guy, I think a lot of young men don't have a relationship with women outside of adult content and one-night stands. So a lot of Gen Z is just seeking closeness with another person.
This is exactly what I'm talking about, bro. I was trying to find something real, but you can't find anything real. And if you do manage to find something real, you gotta lock that shit in because it's taking and you lose it, it's like the biggest fumble of like all time. You never gonna recover from it. You gonna sit there and be like, damn, I literally fumbled like the perfect girl or whatever. And so people start doing all the shit that they see on social media, having like hella situationships or having a fucking roster, dude. The fact I've seen so many videos on the internet where like people be explaining, yo, you gotta make your shots up, man. Go shoot at like 30 women's DMs every single day. One of them out of like 30 is gonna respond to you back, and none of them respond. Just keep shooting, bro. I find it stupid, bro. Like, stop putting up shots. You could say that's some hater shit, but I'm telling you, gang, that for the sake of your mental, stop putting 30 a night, bro. I promise you, it's not worth it. Go, like, focus on your goals, and then maybe some shit happens unexpectedly, bro. But not the point. I was kind of, like, side ranting for about, like, a minute here. So the point I'm trying to get at is, if you want something real, you gotta make it clear nowadays. Like, I ain't got time to be playing these games, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not here for, like, situationships, talking stations, none of that shit, bro. Alright, the day I finally have a girl for some reason, the universe just decided to bless me for the one time, I'm probably gonna be chilling with her for the rest of my life. And that's just how it's gonna be, gang. Hey, listen, you do you. Me personally, I'm finding the one and chilling with her for the rest of my life, gang. That's just how it's gonna be, alright? I'm not gonna be like y'all motherfuckers throwing 30 shots a night, missing all 30, going 0 for 30, like in my fucking comp games.
But it also seems like now that we're older, being nonchalant is the new trend. And I think it's also what's pushing us further apart from each other. Connecting with other people requires you to open yourself up and be vulnerable with others. But a lot of people are so afraid of getting hurt that they'd rather pretend to not care.
Hey, a lot of people, they be acting nonchalant. I've been nonchalant since I was like childhood, bro. Like, I was chilling, laying low, only had like 1 to 2 friends and shit. But nowadays, all of a sudden, it's a fucking trend to be nonchalant, bro. Now motherfuckers are accusing me of being a wannabe like nonchalant white boy or some shit, man. I've been nonchalant for like my whole life.
But this doesn't really work for everyone, because a guy like me will be like, whatever, I don't care, and then I'll go home and cry.
That unfortunately for me is 100% true. I really be like, if I get rejected, right, and I just be saying, yeah, I'm chilling, I'm probably going to listen to 500 Days of Summer by Logic after she rejects me at like 4 in the morning. Or Do You Like by Logic off of the same Undeniable mixtapes. How many Undeniable mixtape Logic references I've had in this video, I don't even know. Like, is it really a horrible video without me mentioning Logic in any way, shape, or form? Like, that man's music is damn near generational, but that's a whole other topic for another story. Or another day. Just another day. And honestly, I'm gonna leave the video at that. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We're on the road to 1K, so if you'd like to help me on that journey, please consider subscribing. And like I said, I'll leave the video in the description down below if you want to watch it yourself in full. I highly recommend that you do watch it in full. It is a banger video from start to finish. It's about over 20 minutes long, so it's 20 minutes of peak, honestly. And yeah, that's really about it. I'll see you guys after the holidays. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, whatever you're celebrating. All right, hopefully I get some nice for the holiday season. And yeah, I'm outie.